Hi everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here giving you guys another Pick 3 Lottery video, and today we're going to go through Dominica Daily 3. I have a strategy that I want to share with you guys using a 317 rundown. I want to show you where to look at your rundown to lock in potential hits, all right? And I also want to do a live prediction to see what numbers may hit in the next few days. Okay, so we're going to start on the first example from November 24th, morning game. Dominica had a hit of 066. And again, we put it into the 317 rundown. For those that don't know how to count one out, they're really simple. You're just going to add each number down the columns. So for instance, if we're adding the first column, we would add 3 all the way down. So 3 plus 0 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Only use your ones place when you get to your 2-digit numbers for lottery, okay? 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Only use your ones place, okay? 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Only use that 0. You know that you did it right because the number you start with 0 should be the number that you end with. Okay, so now you're going to add 1 all the way down. We'll just do a few. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. Keep going all the way down till you get to your 6. And then we're going to add 7 all the way down. So 7 plus 6 is 13. Only use your 3. 3 plus 7 is 10. Only use your 0 and keep going all the way down till you get to your 6. Okay, now once you have your 317 rundown completed, I want you guys to take very careful attention to your doubles on the right side. Okay, I've seen them work on the left side, but I just want to show you how this pattern looks on the right side. Okay, so I'm looking at the right side doubles. We have a 6 6 and we have a 1 1. Okay, I want you guys to go ahead and square that off. All right. Now, I know some of you like 6 and 1, they're the same number. Yes. For lottery math, 6 and 1, they're mirror numbers. They're the same number, but they're just opposite of each other. Okay. So make sure you jot down the mirrors chart. And you know what I mean, mirror numbers. 0 could be a 5 or 5 could be a 0. 1 could be a 6 or 6 could be a 1, just like this example. A 2 can be a 7 or 7 could be a 2. 3 can be an 8 or 8 could be a 3. 4 can be a 9 and a 9 could be a 4. Really simple, right? Yes. Now, once you have your doubles on the right side, the question I always get is, where do we start working at to lock in hits? For Dominica, I want you to pay attention to your split doubles now, okay? You see there's a 3 3 and then you have an 8 8. Remember, 3 and 8, they're mirror numbers. They're the same number, right? Pay attention. Wherever these splits are closest to the doubles, that's where you want to look. So as you see, they're closer to the bottom. This is where you're going to want to work to get some potential hits, okay? Because if you look on top, you see it's a little ways before we get to those triples. Those split pairs. You see that? See how long it is if we were to use it up top? So for now, you would use the bottom. Why? Because the split pairs are closer to the box. Okay, so now we're going to start locking in our potential hits. Okay, what would I choose if I was looking at the rundown this way? So I'm going to give you a few options. If you think mirrors or double mirrors may play, this could be an option for you. You might want to choose 6 3 8. Write that down. If you don't believe double mirrors, remember 3 and 8 are the same number. If you think other numbers may play, you may not want to use any of the numbers in the box and you want to go below the box. Okay, and this is what I mean. 8 and 3, they're double mirrors, right? I want you now to go the opposite way. 7 0. Okay, 7 0 7 could be a possibility. 7 0 9. Okay. All right. Let's also do the mirrors. 6 and 6, 1 and 1. They're the same number like we said earlier, right? Why do we want to use this portion? Because until you figure out if they like to use a certain portion of the rundown better than the other, cover yourself and use both, okay? So I would go 1, 8, 3. If you think double mirrors may play, 1, 8, 3. If you don't, you may want to go through your opposite pairs. Okay, you see how that 3, 8 runs? So we're going to go the opposite way. So now we're going to go 2, 5, 2 and 2, 5, 4. Okay. Guess what hit? Guess what hit, Dominica? On November 25th in the evening, 770 hit. We have it as 707. Okay. If you look at the rundown, remember I told you about those pairs that go the opposite of the mirrors? 707. Just like that. Okay. Now pay attention to the date sum, because this hit November 24th, right? Okay. I'm going to start adding up some date sums so you understand what you need to look for when you see doubles on the right side. Okay. So let's do that. November 24th, this is the date we were working off of. So in order to get our date sum, we need to add the month and the date together. 11 plus 24 is what, guys? 35. So for lottery math, we're only going to use the ones place. So the date sum, if we're just looking at this date, would be 5 or 0. Now on the right side, do you see a 5 or a 0? No. So this is letting me know this could be a potential date for a future date or another date, right? So what's the date that this played on? Just to confirm, let's do the date sum for the 25th. November 25th, that's when the 770 hit. We will go 11 plus 25 would give us 36. For lottery math, we're only going to use the ones place. So 6 or 1 would be the date sum. Now, what do we see on the right side? 6 and 1. Yes. So when you saw this, even though it played on the 24th, keep a track of your daily rundowns, because you may not see them the day they need to play. You may have to go back a day or two. If you keep it and you're looking for a date on the right side using doubles, you'll be able to track what you need very quickly. Okay. So that is pretty much how you would look at this. I got another example and then we're going to do the live prediction. Okay. Now, if you feel like I've been giving you some really good value, please go ahead right now and like the video. Okay. I also need you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I don't want you guys missing these hot tips. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start erasing. You guys can rewind it back, play it back, so you can look at this a couple times to get comfortable. Play on paper first. Do not just go spend your money. I want you to play on paper first, because you need to see if the pattern is still hot. Sometimes patterns cool off, and you want to make sure that you're comfortable, okay? That you're seeing that you're able to do it on paper and you see yourself getting the hits yourself, okay, before you go spend money. So that is my hot tip for anyone playing any pick 3 or pick 4 lottery game, okay? Now let's go to the next example. I want to show this to you again. On November 25th midday game, Dominica had a hit of 806. We put it into the 317 rundown. Now, what are we looking for first? Go to the right side, and I want you to look for your doubles. Here, we have a 4-4, okay? And we have a 9-9. Now, we're going to look for those split pairs. Why? Because it's going to tell us the direction. Do we need to use numbers above the box or below the box? If you look, you have a split 7 and 7. This is letting me know to work on top, okay? And also there's a 2 and 2. So now we're going to do it the same way. We're going to formulate more combinations using this, okay? So let's do this. If you think mirror doubles may play, try 4, 2, 7. You might also, if you don't think mirror doubles will play, you might want to do your opposite pairs. You see the 2, 7. What lays in between that? 3 and 0. So I would go 3, 0, 3, 3, 0, 1. Okay. Now things can always change when you're looking for that third number. They may want to use something else. So pay attention to what they're doing in case they start making changes, okay? Because a lot of times they do. So just that's why I want you to play on paper for a few days and just to see if the patterns are still hot, okay? Now let's go to the 9-9, the mirror, right? We don't want to just stay in one area in case they decide they want to pull numbers from this area on the bottom, okay? So I would go, if you think mirror doubles will play, 9, 2, 7. Okay. If you don't think they play, you might want to try the opposite pair of 7 and 2. What's in between it? 8, 5. I would go 8, 5, 8 and 8, 5, 6. Okay. Now, if you're looking very carefully, you'll see what the hit was on November 28th midday. 427 hit. Look at that. 427 hit. Here we have it as 472. Okay. Look at that. I want to give you another tip. If you want to eliminate a couple numbers, let's say you don't think that the mirror doubles would have played. Let's go back to this example. You see how there were doubles that played. You notice that the third number, we could have said 707, which we did, and 709. You notice the number is right in front of the doubles on the opposite side. You notice that, right? That's the key. So if you wanted to eliminate numbers here, let's say we thought mirrors, maybe they didn't play that day. So we would go 303. Do you notice that 3 is right in front of those doubles? So maybe you might want to eliminate 301 and maybe 856. And that's up to you. You play around with this. If you start seeing them use the double, then use it. Just something I noticed, maybe to help eliminate a couple more numbers, but just do it on paper and check it out for a few days before you make any changes. Now, what date sum did this hit on? Remember, just because you're using the date sum, let's say we were doing November 25th. What date was that? What date sum would that be? That would be 36, right? So 6 or 1 would have been the date sum. On the right side, we see 4. We don't see a 6 or 1, right? So that's letting me know for a future date, okay? Let's just check ourselves. November 28th, if we add that together, we would get, what are we getting at? 39, okay? So 9 or 4 would be the date sum. Now let's check ourselves. 4 and 9, that is the date sum. So pay attention to all of these things. Pay attention to your doubles on the right side. They could do left side for doubles. They may even want to do mirrors, but pay attention to what they're doing. I tried to get the easier ones for you to start looking at, okay? Now let's go ahead and do the live predictions to see what may happen in Dominica in the next few days. Hold on. All right. Let's go ahead and start working on these predictions, these hot picks, okay? Now I'm going to tell you right now, I don't guarantee any hits on this channel. However, these are some of the personal numbers I think may hit in the next few days. Will they hit the date sum or not? We'll see. Okay, so just play on paper for a few days. If you feel confident and you want to do so, make sure that you understand that you're playing at your own risk. Okay, now let's look at the right side. We're looking for doubles. I have a 3-3 and I have an 8-8. Do you notice where the split pairs are? 6 and 6, they're at the top. So I'm going to work up top. 1-1, I'm going to work on top of the box. So let's start putting our potential hits together to see what may hit in a few days. Okay, so if we think mirrors may play, let's do that. 3-6-1 could be an option. If you don't, maybe let's do the opposite pair, 2-9-2, 2-9-0. Okay, and remember that 2 sits right in front of those doubles. So if you wanted to eliminate 2-9-0, that would be up to you. Okay, When you backtrack, you find out what you would like to do with that, okay? But I'll just still put the option down. Now let's go to the mirrors, 8, 8. I would do 8, 1, 6 if you think mirror doubles will play. Okay, if you don't, you might want to stick with 7, 4, 7, 7, 4, 5. Okay. And these are my Dominica hot pick predictions. I like that 361, 292, 290, 816, 747, and 745. I will see you all on the next video.